Hey Virgo, this reading is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to take a look at your general overview first, then love. I will have timestamps down below. Virgo, general overview. Virgo, general overview. November 2019. Virgo, I'm going to be switching up my giveaway a little bit this month. I'm going to choose 2 winners for a free healing session. If you'd like to be considered, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment below your video, and I will notify winners at the end of the month. Virgo. Interesting message coming through for you, Virgo. And I apologize for all the noise in the background. I have people like hanging out outside the door for some reason. Message for Virgo is this. It feels like someone may be challenging your beliefs. This actually feels positive. Like it feels like a catalyst for something positive. Someone challenge your beliefs, and you may not even realize how passionate you are about something until you have to defend your beliefs. And it feels like there's a jump off, maybe on social media, but it feels like you start something really positive for you. I'm also picking up some lingering concern around money. I feel like some of you will finally be getting some money that you've been waiting for. It feels like this could be a long time coming. I'm seeing more of an abundance of money throughout the course of December. You should start to feel that energy as you come into the month. But I would say by mid-month, earliest mid-month, you're going to start to see this money come in, or at least get some sort of a specific date, a contract signed, something that's a little bit more specific so that you're not just sitting and waiting for this money to come in, because it does feel like it's long overdue. Get a little bit more clarity here, Virgo. Oh, right. Off the bat, we have law of attraction, okay? Understand that law of attraction isn't always just sitting around and consciously meditating and asking universe for things and getting clear with universe as to what we want. It's not always just vision boards. These are all amazing things to do, okay, in terms of law of attraction. But what really is law of attraction? The energy we put out is the energy that we get back. Certain people will show up in our lives and they serve as a reflection. So sometimes people show up and it's not good energy, and in this, I don't mean just you, Virgo. In general, we as human beings can get a little bit defensive. Like, why did that negative energy just show up? I didn't manifest that. Where the hell did that come from? It may not even be your energy. It could be energy that needs to be cleared. And for example, this could be you asking universe about soul purpose and fulfilling soul purpose, and someone shows up challenging your beliefs, and all of a sudden you have this person who's reflecting back to you what it is that you are truly passionate about. Okay, that is also law of attraction. That is how energy shows up for us. It's not necessarily the typical ways that people talk about it on YouTube or The Secret, or it is energy that you put out there that comes back. That is law of attraction. So even energy you are not aware of, energy that you're not aware of that could potentially be attached to you. I call attachment energies, okay? Thoughts that you have, subconscious thoughts, all of that impacts the energy that shows up for us and the experience that we have. So pay attention to what is being reflected back to you this month. I think for many of you, this is actually going to be a very positive reflection. But if something's really challenging, also own that that's super positive, because that's giving you direction. This negative energy that comes out of the blue, go home and do some energy cleansing, okay? That's still a beautiful reflection, because that's the universe saying, hey, you have some lingering energy cords, some energy attachments, so you just get rid of that so you can have a more fulfilling month ahead, okay? But I think for more of you than not, this reflection showing up, however this arrives for you in regards to law of attraction, okay? This energy that comes back, it feels like it is a catalyst for something important. Her eyes look a little creepy on camera, but a beautiful little girl in the background is joining us. That is Noelle, a little Aries kitty. There's a catalyst for this. Yeah, interesting enough, a little Noelle jumps up in the background, and I'm channeling like animal rights. Maybe not realizing how passionate you are. I'm getting that some of you be inspired to change your diet and go vegan, to stop wearing leather, those kinds of things that maybe you thought, like, I'm just not passionate enough to change my life around for that. There may be a catalyst. Something it just clicks, and it doesn't have to be that, okay? That is just one thing that I'm channeling for you guys. But some sort of belief system. It could be your spiritual beliefs. It could be somebody challenging law of attraction. It could be somebody in your life showing up, and this it will potentially be difficult if this is a loved one or somebody you work with. Like, all that spiritual use stuff, it's stuff that you do, like there's no truth to that. And you actually having to sit with that and feeling a little bit judged. Don't feel judged. The universe just wants to know how committed you are to your path. Okay. So regardless of how that shows up for you, I see a positive outcome. I see something renewed. You be helping somebody else out who's being judged, somebody else's beliefs. I'm seeing that somebody, you may actually hear something said to maybe a coworker. This could be a complete stranger for you, Virgo. That is just truly unacceptable being said to somebody else. I'm getting something around religion, just like a remark that is just truly, truly not okay. And you stepping in and being like, whoa, you need to take a seat. I'm about to school you all the ways that is not okay. So don't be surprised if some of that, like, there's energy start to show up for you, Virgo. Honor that. There's purpose, there's passion. And I think for many of you, those kinds of situations that show up, those experiences are going to be a jump off for something bigger. Center of your reading, we have time to go. What is it that you're moving past? This could be a brand new life that you are trying to manifest. That could be what this energy that shows up helps you do. Okay, that reflection, whether you like it or you don't, it jumps off a major life change. For many of you, I'm seeing you in a brand new location. I don't see you in the same city for too much longer. For many of you, Virgo, in the same apartments, in the same job. You may be quitting full-time jobs completely to launch something on your own, rooted in something that you're more passionate about. Honestly, what I'm getting here a little bit, Virgo, some of you may be leaving romantic partners, and this isn't your love reading, but it is coming through. You not like what's being reflected in a romantic partner anymore. And be too close-minded and not be evolved enough for you, or you just not be in alignment with one another anymore. And so you decide to move forward. I will also say this for some of you, it could be a reflection that's so beautiful that you're ready to leave the old life and start a new one with this person that you love. Okay. So not all of these reflections are bad reflections or challenging and frustrating. Okay. Some of what's showing up for you is so beautiful because you've been consciously putting that energy out, but nonetheless, it is a catalyst for change. There is something that needs to change. You probably already know what that is, but if you don't, ask the universe to give you clarity, okay? That will show up in the form of a person, whether you know them or not, saying something or doing something just to hold space for that prayer to be answered or that question to be answered, okay? So universe will be talking to you all month. Make sure that you are listening. Make sure that you're not missing those signs. I don't think too many of you would miss those signs. But also know that if you think something's a sign and then you brush it off, you may be doing yourself a disservice, okay? There really are some pretty hardcore signs that you should be paying attention to. Following all of this is steady progress. I think most of you have already started to make changes, and so you know you're working towards something different. Even if you're not exactly sure what the end result has to be, you recognize that particular job, that line of work, or that person that you're with, or that group of friends, something's off, right? It could just be you like loving everybody around you, but still not feeling totally fulfilled, okay? So it inspires change and it inspires movement forward. So what I'm getting with time to go and then steady progress is movement. It's about movement. It's about energy movement. It's about a movement that you believe in. It's a movement forward, but it's that word movement for you, Virgo. I really think for some of you, you're going to be utilizing social media. If you have some exposure in the line of work that, I'm smiling because of the cards just popped. If you have exposure in the line of work that you do work in, really utilizing that platform to help other people, to help a cause, it's so good, Virgo. I am so happy for those of you who will step up to the plate and do that. You will feel more fulfilled than ever before, but I have to show you this. This is why I'm smiling. So you have law of attraction. What I was getting wasn't, again, like the typical ways we think of law of attraction. It's the energy that is coming back to you, probably in the form of a person challenging your beliefs. It is being clarified by assertiveness, okay? So those are not people that you should be getting reactive with, but it is about being assertive. So when you're assertive, you're not aggressive and you're not passive aggressive, because when you're being aggressive or passive aggressive, it's usually a reaction, okay? This isn't the kind of energy that you are meant to react to. So if you feel like someone is trying to get some sort of a reaction out of you, or you feel like somebody's really pushing buttons, and I know I reference a type of reaction, really standing up for somebody else. I think that's a little bit different. For smaller scale things, recognize that that person is not there to hurt you or to just randomly, dump some negative energy on you. It's the universe trying to reflect something back to you so that you can understand a bigger message. Okay. So be assertive. If somebody is being disrespectful, if somebody is being distasteful on things that they say to coworkers, or if you just happen to hear a conversation you're walking by, it's about being assertive. It's about putting people in their place. It's about asserting healthy boundaries here. But I also feel like that assertiveness, through that assertiveness, again, you recognize like, whoa, I didn't realize that hit home so much. I didn't realize that I'm so passionate about this cause. I didn't realize I even had it in me to stand up for this complete stranger that I don't know and possibly take on confrontation that wasn't even meant for me. But do recognize that universe put there for a reason. Okay? So we have time to go. At the center, this is your biggest message in this reading. Time to go. Clarify by ask. If you don't have clarity as to where you need to move, how or what that movement forward or what that movement is that you're supposed to stand behind, ask universe for clarity. Ask universe for signs you cannot miss. Also ask universe for help. As you're moving forward, you may not be able to do everything yourself. Ask universe for help. Ask loved ones for help. Ask your friends for help. How many people reach out to you, Virgo? I get some resistance oftentimes with Virgos asking other people for help because it's not about ego. You genuinely just don't want to burden other people. And I think that's beautiful because I think some people can be, I don't want to say selfish, but some people can take advantage of those of us that really like to help other people. You are not that kind, Virgo. You never want to burden anybody. You never take anybody for granted or help for granted. Someone could do the tiniest thing for a Virgo, and you guys show so much gratitude for it, which I really, really, really love. That humility and that gratitude that shows up in Virgos. But now it's not the time to take on everything. It cannot all be on your shoulders. So instead of resisting help, ask for it and just be that grateful Virgo that you guys always are. Okay. And that also applies to asking universe what you want. That also goes hand in hand with law of attraction. Okay. Just because I'm not getting that traditional message with law of attraction with that card in this spread doesn't mean you can't also be utilizing law of attraction. You should be very conscious of the energy you're putting out there. Make the most of it. If anything, what you think of, what you're feeling, what you want, it seems like it's going to be showing up for you in a pretty powerful way, right? So be conscious of the energy you have out there. Ask the universe for what you want too. Some of you are making steady progress in personal relationships, business relationships, contracts, and commitment with this. Okay, this doesn't just speak to romantic commitments. This speaks to any kind of contracts, any kind of commitment. You're making progress. I really think for some of you, it's the steady progress you're making with this. This is how that money's going to come through. So stay on that path. Okay, some of you are going to experience some pretty significant breakthroughs this month on the work front. In terms of businesses, I'm getting small businesses. I'm getting creative. It's interesting too. I'm getting love. For those of you who are leaving relationships, possibly going through a divorce, that'd be where that money needs to come in. Okay, that'd be why you're moving. That could be this movement forward. Some get finalized over the course of, but it feels very, very positive for you. Crowning your reading here is fresh air. I'm going to pull another crowning because that just got almost a little too easy. But it's relevant here. Ground yourself, stay grounded. That's going to go hand in hand with it, okay? Instead of being like totally reactive. If it is just like mind-blowing how awful someone is being for somebody else or being to somebody else, be assertive. You can like mix in tastefully a little aggression in that. I mean, I'm a Sicilian chick from New York, so somebody's like disrespecting somebody in my presence. You know, I'm not going to tell you to not be aggressive at all, but the main message here is to try not to be reactive, okay? If you are being a little bit aggressive, make sure there's real purpose behind it. Make sure it's warranted, because a lot of these situations showing up, it won't be warranted, right? Because if you get aggressive, you miss the bigger picture. Crowning again. So we have fresh air, but also Cupid. I really feel like you guys needed 2 crowning cards here. You guys are moving towards something that you love. You may also be going through a divorce, leaving somebody that you have loved in the past and moving forward to a different kind of love, a new love. I think for many of you, and we'll look more into this in this next spread, I'm getting a lot of energy around new love here and new experiences. So I really think this time to go, this movement forward to a new space. It's almost like a new life. It's a brand new experience with somebody that you love. That's what you're headed toward, and that's what the steady progress is speaking to. Okay, so you're doing a really great job. Ask universe for what it is that you want. If you're struggling through any of this, ask for help, Virgo. Okay, bottom of the deck. Notice the signs. I love this. Gemini got this too. So you'll be dealing with a Gemini, nothing to worry about. Archangel Michael's with you, but I think even more important at the bottom of the deck is notice the signs. Notice those people showing up. Notice that energy that's showing up in your life, okay? How people are reacting to you. If you like the reflection, beautiful. Stay on that path. Keep doing what you're doing. But if you don't like the kind of experiences you're having, if people are being disrespectful, even if it's not directly to you, Virgo, but you feel that negative energy, it impacts you, even if you just walked by something that was just really awful. One, you can also recognize that that could be as simple as go cleanse your energy, get some energy healing done, and keep it moving. But I really think over the course of this month, if you're impacted by a specific event, something you witnessed, someone coming up to you, there's a bigger meaning. There's a deeper meaning. It's meant to be catalyst, okay? Let's see how all of this applies to love. I'm definitely seeing some separations. And we talked a bit about this the second half of you. A little more orderly. All right. So Virgo, we're going to take a look at love first through the 15th. Virgo and love. November 1st through November 1st through the 15th. Virgo and love. Virgo and love, November 1st through the 15th. Yeah, it's a big energy on new love. There's a new chapter here. There's something new. I'm getting a new home. So this isn't separation for all of you. It's definitely something different, though. It feels like you are somewhere different. Are you traveling with a loved one the first half of the month? If you are, it feels particularly blessed. You may be relocating with a loved one. You could just be talking about it. You just be feeling out some options. But it does feel like, Virgo, you will be moving soon. If that's something that you want, if you're in a committed relationship and you're both on board, you might be considering a move for real. You actually sign a contract. That could be that steady progress with contract that was coming up in the first spread, okay? Get a little bit more clarity here. Virgo and love, November 1st through the 15th. But it does feel like if you're moving and you're single, especially if you're moving because you just need a fresh start after a divorce or a really difficult relationship, it feels like you might need somebody pretty quickly on the heels of moving. Okay, first part out here is let your friends help you. Ask for help, Virgo. Your friends want to help you. Oh my God, how much I love Virgos. It's ridiculous, okay? I would do anything for the Virgos in my life because Virgos would do anything for me. The Virgos in my life, they're like the first people that I'm going to call if there's an issue. So let those of us who love you, Virgo, show up and do the same for you now. It really feels like you need some help with something. It literally might be just like moving and packing boxes, and it might suck for everybody involved. But you know what? You have people around you who just want to help you. Make sure you give people around you the opportunity to help you like you help them. Big, big, big message for you coming through. Friend connect you with love. Friend be helping you through a breakup. It may not be like the physical move, right? It could be the emotional component of a breakup. I just got that somebody could recommend a lawyer, okay? So if you don't ask for help, you could be missing out on some pretty important connections. And sorry, Virgo, this just like cut out of me for a second. If you don't reach out to friends, you're not asking for help, you could be missing out on some pretty important opportunities and some pretty important connections, okay? So let's take a look at this. Under the reading, we have a stay free to love. This is better love. It's a better time in love. I really think many of you are letting exes go. Now, the separation doesn't have to be recent, okay? But it would be a separation. I'm picking up on something that still impacts you a little bit, whether you want to acknowledge that or not. There could still be some energy cords there. Some documents, okay, that are still being worked on, like divorce papers, that kind of thing. I'm getting something about custody right now. You're moving towards something safer. You may have already called the safe partner in. And I do feel like for some of you, Virgo, I'm not getting reconciliation too strong here, but you'll be dealing with a partner who could be a little aggressive about trying to come back into your life. The big message for you is this: are they safe? Do you feel safe with them? Do they nurture your growth? Because Virgo, you are evolving so quickly right now, leaps and bounds. You have a partner that you love that is still in love with you, but if they are not nurturing your growth, if this is not someone that you can grow with, okay, That just doesn't feel like a safe environment for you. That doesn't feel like the right environment for you. If someone's trying to come back into the picture and they're truly being aggressive about it, is that really how you want somebody to treat you and treat love? I don't know. There's something a little bit off around reconciliations. Now, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't consider them, but really, really, really sit with it. And so let's go back to your friends that you trust that can give you really honest input. Reach out to your Gemini friends. We'll give it to you straight. Okay. Do we like that person? Do we not like that person for you? We'll let you know. Reach out to your Geminis if you have some Gemini friends. Okay. Reach out to those friends who won't BS you. Reach out to those friends who want the best for you, even if the best for you is a reconciliation. To be honest with you, Virgo, I feel like some of you may be over relationship and one of your friends is like, are you crazy? You guys are so good for each other. There's so much growth there. There's still so much love. You are not over them, even though you're saying you're over them. And honestly, Virgo, you could be doing this to a friend. This doesn't just pertain to just Virgos. Virgos could be having that straightforward conversation with the friend. Like, open your eyes. You're going to miss out on somebody really beautiful here. Okay. So it's not all like daunting conversations. You get friends around you inspiring you to reconcile or at least consider a reconciliation. Okay. But it's all about safe love. It's all about safe people. If you don't feel like you have friends that you can reach out to help you when you need help, that's a reflection in and of itself too. What is that energy telling you? Maybe it's time to call in some higher vibing people who can love you the way you love them. Okay. So we have keep an open mind. Following safe love. Keep an open mind, I think, to some reconciliations, but especially for those of you who are only interested in new love, keep an open mind to somebody coming in who isn't your typical partner, okay? That is the main message that comes through this card. There'll be a safe love for you. It feels like you may have a really strong friendship at the core. For those of you in committed relationships, if you're going through a really hard time, reach out to your friends, okay? Just that support. It's not about venting as much as it's not about venting so people can tell you what to do, but it's almost about like helping you collect your thoughts, having somebody to talk to who isn't eager, like to just hear themselves talk back to you and tell you what to do. You know what I mean? Like we all have those friends. They'll listen, but only long enough to like shoot a response back to you. I don't feel like that's what Virgo needs right now. If you're going through a hard time, reach out to a friend who can genuinely listen. It doesn't mean they won't help you work through things, but it's not just about like aggressively trying to tell you what to do either with your life. I feel like there are straightforward friends who can still be very compassionate and just like egoless about it. Those are the people to reach out to. I feel like some of you are spending too much time together and you need to be with your friends more. Then you have a really beautiful partner who is safe, who is open-minded, who is just as evolved as you. And because of that, this person's the best friend. And so you neglect other friends in your life. You have a partner feeling like this. Make sure you're spending time with your friends. It's okay to spend some time apart if the love is safe. If you're with a healthy partner and you have a healthy relationship, some time apart from each other is actually going to be so good for you guys. Okay? Express your love. Oh boy. I was kind of channeling this and I held back. Okay? But we're going to go there now. So we have let your friends help you. Clarify by an expression of love. You have a friend who has feelings for you, okay? And that's where this is going to come in. Keep an open mind. Are they safe? Is there some chemistry there? You really might not be feeling dating a friend, Virgo. I totally hear you. I totally hear that. But expression of love nonetheless. You just have friends that just love you. Like not in a romantic sense. They're like, I love you so much. I want to be here to help you, Virgo. Let me do that. That could be that expression of love and that will feel a lot less awkward. But I really think for some of you, there's something really good in someone who is like a best friend who has those kinds of feelings for you because there's compatibility there. Compatibility you may have missed with your last ex or the last couple of relationships that you've been in. So that safe love, it feels like it goes hand in hand with a really healthy friendship. Okay. So we have safe love. Center. Clarify by let go of control issues. You're moving from this kind of relationship to this kind of relationship. So if there is somebody trying to come back in, whether they're being aggressive about it or not, and you're talking to your friends or you're sitting with your thoughts and you have your open mind, are they controlling or are they safe love? Is this, again, love that nurtures you, or are they just a block? Are they an energy block? Are they encouraging your growth? Are they intimidated by your growth? What kind of person's trying to come back in? If there's intimidation here, someone's intimidated of you and your growth, Virgo, no. That's like a hard no. It is a hard no. You are evolving and moving so quickly now. There's so much good that is coming into Virgo's lives. You need a partner who can do that. But if you sit with it and you're like, okay, I'm not controlling this, they're not controlling this, this is safe love, you might want to consider letting somebody back in, okay? There really should be that clear. If you're unclear as to whether somebody is safe or not, or if they tend to be more of a controlling partner, odds are they're probably a controlling partner, because you don't have to question that if somebody is truly safe to be with, if somebody's truly supportive, okay? You don't question that. That's obvious. So keep an open mind. Clarify the healing family. Issues is just healing. Keep an open mind to healing, especially for those of you who would like reconciliation. Keep an open mind to healing. There really is some healing here of issues. If you're in a committed relationship, keep an open mind to your romantic partner's point of view. Okay, so you may have your version of events, something that bothers you and something that feels off, but your partner also have their version. Can you find some sort of middle ground with it? Even if you don't agree, can you guys at least talk about it so you can hear each other out? If you can do that this month, you will get the healing that you need if there's an issue, and that issue will be squashed permanently. It feels like somebody needs to be able to communicate something and they can't get it out. It feels like somebody talking over a partner. Virgo, I'm getting some Gemini here for you. You may have a Gemini partner talking over you, okay? And you're like, hey, Gem, cool that like we can communicate like this, super cool, but like at the same time, you still need to listen and like hear me out like I do for you. Don't be afraid to call your partner out, because it feels like they want that and they don't realize that you're not hearing, or they aren't hearing you, or vice versa. I mean, you may have a partner saying that to you, like, hey, Virgo, you guys are pretty social too. Mercury ruling both Virgos and Gems. So somebody like, hey, so I love that we can communicate like this, but I have some things I need to say too. Okay. But keep an open mind, because there is healing. Yep. You guys are definitely dealing. I'm just getting air sign here for sure, because I always get Gemini with this. But air signs often do this playful card, but this is what you get back to. There's healing here, okay? If you've gone through a separation and things have gotten difficult, you're getting back to a playful time, especially someone who is a friend. I will tell you this, if somebody is a friendship and it's of the highest good to consider a romantic relationship with them, this is going to be at the core. You will not sacrifice your playfulness. You will have the best time with this person. There is safety, but there's also going to be passion there. This person can't just feel like a friend that you're dating, because then what's the point, right? You would have passion. There would be chemistry there for sure. But I feel like something's resolving in a positive way here. You guys get back to having fun. If you move to a new location, it feels like you will maybe connect with a new group of friends very quickly. I see Virgos being more social than you have had the time to be over the last couple of months, okay? Bottom of the deck, we have worth waiting for. I'm going to hold this up. I'm not getting too much energy here. Pay attention to the red flags. Pay attention to the red flags. Anybody controlling trying to come back in, okay? There's resolution, this healing that's worth waiting. There's somebody beautiful. There's somebody new trying to come in that's worth waiting for if you're single. I feel like I'm getting, I'm definitely getting new love. I'm getting new experiences here for sure for you, Virgo, especially if you're single and that's what you want. But there's more energy around your friends, okay? So new love comes through a friend, connection from a friend, you decide to date a friend, or that healing comes full circle because you're being social, you're being playful with your friends, you're out there in the world living life, right, to the fullest, in great company, people you love and you trust. And because you have that energy out there now, that is what you wind up calling in. Someone who can meet you at that level, social and playful and safe, but fun and passionate, okay? I really think for the majority of you, there's friendship at the core of new love, or there's friendship at the core of existing love that, maybe some healing needs to take place, but you guys get back here, okay? Before month's end. Definitely. I mean, we're looking at November 1st to the 15th, so some sort of resolution by mid-month here. So keep an open mind, okay? Make sure you're being heard. Make sure partners are being heard if something needs to heal here. This is looking really good for you, okay? Have fun. Enjoy the next couple of weeks. Virgo, I will be back mid-month for your mid-month love reading at that time. If you feel like you need more clarity, reach out. I'm available for private readings. Again, I'm available for energy healing sessions. Make sure you connect to me on Instagram at urbansoulguru.com. I think that's it for now, Virgo. I love you guys. I'll see you back here soon.